I'm going to take you through my wardrobe detox. So every year I go through my wardrobe and I work out what's good and what's not. So today I'm going to show you an example of that and how to do it in your wardrobe. Normally I lay all my suits out obviously as they are. I would go through and check if any's worn in certain areas. So normal areas you're looking for, typically if you're wearing your jackets while you're working, is the sleeves. If any particular suit is getting a little bit too shiny. So this one, which I know is one of my favorite suits, that is starting to wear out a little bit. I noticed that on the trouser of this one, it's actually started to wear out through the crotch, which you can see. And then you can also see it's a little bit more shiny. So this one has had a really good innings and this one is time to retire. So typically I would take this one out and I would put it to the side. If it wasn't a pinstripe, obviously this one's a pinstripe. If the jacket was in perfect condition, then I could essentially just remake the trouser. But this one has got a bit of wear all over, so that's why I would get rid of this. However, if this was a jacket that I could potentially rewear with a different trouser, then I would keep the jacket and I would just get rid of the trousers. I would walk through all of my suits, understand what is good, like I said, what is not, and then I would move on obviously to my trousers. Now with my trousers, I know that I tend to not really wear chinos as much these days, even though these are in great condition. Tending to wear, when I'm dressing more casual, I'm typically in shorts over the summer. So I'm actually gonna cut these and turn them into shorts. So another great way of reviving a trouser that is still in great condition is essentially just turning it into something that you would obviously wear again. So then I would put this to the side and then turn that into a short, which is nice and straightforward, and then hopefully I would wear it a little bit more. I would also be working out what I've got a lot of. So as you'll notice that with my suits, typically I'm gravitating more towards the navies. Now, if I find that I've got, let's say, 3 of the same navy flannel, I know that when I'm next purchasing, I don't need another navy flannel. But as you notice, with the pinstripe that I'm going to get rid of, I will now look to replace this with a new pinstripe. So I think understanding what's in your wardrobe, so when you are purchasing, whether it's from a tailor or whether it's just in a normal shop, to have a good understanding of what you've got and what you're missing is vital so that you can build that essential wardrobe. Again, I would do the same with my jeans. I would go through what is good and what is not. These jeans are a little bit slim on me, so I would be getting rid of those. And then I think the main area is shirts, which most guys sort of neglect. Shirts is that one item that you're wearing constantly, and if you're like me, I send it to the dry cleaner, so they do get a little bit more wear than all of your other garments. So what I tend to look for, and again, using this as an example of a slightly older shirt, this one's slightly different because of the material being a bit satin, but you can see that the wear through this shirt, it's getting a little bit old now, and this is time to retire this one. So again, I would sort of get rid of that one and then keep going through. Now, with my shirts, what I like to do is I actually change the design of the cuff. So I do them like this so that I know which batch I've most recently ordered. And then my latest ones I have with the angle cuff. I find it a really good way of understanding what's new and what's not new, so that then when it comes time to reorder again, another rounded cuff, I would typically then go and get rid of these ones that are worn and rotate them out. And then there's obviously some that you just generally don't wear, like I don't wear this shirt very often. So if it's an old fit of mine, I would just get rid of it. Again, clearing some space out of your wardrobe, it's not a good thing when you've got loads of clothes just sort of rammed in there. You don't know what you've got, so you can't actually wear it, but you end up just buying the same thing over and over again when you don't really need to as well. So I think going back to that less is more is really important. I tend to do the same with shoes, but normally once in a while I'll take them to the cobbler, I'll give them a batch of shoes and get them to polish them up so that they look new again. And then also what I'll do is I will put rubber soles on them occasionally, or I'll get them resold if they're starting to get a little bit old. If you're buying good quality, you don't need to replace them all the time. Sometimes just a little bit of love goes a long way. I encourage this with all of my clients. Occasionally I'll go to people's houses and work out exactly what they've got, and I sort of write everything down, so when we're making recommendations to our customers that I know everything that's in their wardrobe, what's sort of missing, because you can clearly see when you have your wardrobe organized, you can really clearly see what you've got a lot of and what you don't, and what areas you need to sort of improve. I think that this is a really easy way of you decluttering what you've got, and also wearing some garments that you forgot you even had. I'd recommend this at least once a year, just to go through and give it a freshen up, and then get rid of anything that you're not wearing.